Welcome to Escape Room Reviews. I'm Zach, and today we're talking about Undercooked at Omescape in Sunnyvale, California. So the story of this game is that Chef Ramses II is in a bit of a pickle. A well-known food critic is on his way to one of his undermanaged restaurants, and you are tasked with managing that restaurant, creating all of the orders the food critic wants, and making him happy in time. Can you do it? Omescape in Sunnyvale currently has 8 different games. Chaos in the Galleria, Forsaken Temple, Haunting at Haruka High, their brand new game, Kingdom of Catastrophe, Midnight in Hong Kong, Robotopia, which we've talked about in another video, The Apartment Next Door, and of course, Undercooked. Now, Undercooked is based off of a IP. It is based off of Overcooked, the video game franchise, where in kind of the same story you are trying to manage a kitchen and a very hectic work environment with friends as you cook things and make the orders as fast as possible, as correctly as possible. First impressions of Omescape is the location is kind of hard to find. It's basically just a big warehouse, and the lobby's the same, nothing to write home about. It's just a big open warehouse, which makes for a lot of echo if you get big like party groups. Parking wasn't too bad. There was plenty of parking. The employees at Omescape is kind of where they fall short. Not a single time did we have a game master who felt like they cared, like, at all. But other than that, Omescape does fine. So the pricing for the game is, for the first 2 players, it's $60. For 3 players, it's $55. For 4, it's $50. 5 is also $50. And then 6 players is $45 a person. So it does get cheaper as you go, which I appreciate. Because, the more people you have, the less you get to do of the room. On that topic, the game is allowed for 2 to 6 players and is a 75-minute room. They rated a hard difficulty. It's not scary. There's no live actors. It is handicap accessible, and it got 3 awards: Best of Morty 2022, 78th place in Terpeca of last year, and Real Life of 2022 from Room Escape Artist. So now the set of the room. The set was impeccable. It felt like a very cartoony restaurant. It was, or I guess kitchen really, because you don't see the restaurant, but the kitchen was fantastic. You had the pantry, you had the freezer. The freezer was actually cold. It was a real freezer. It was cold in there. You had the garden section for some puzzles. You had the stove where you had to actually cook the meat, to get info about it to solve puzzles. And the use of space and the set and the way you're just sprinting around this space for the full hour and 15 minutes was so much fun. It was so well done. I want to go play the room again just to sit there and look at all the little details, because there's so many little Easter eggs thrown in. It's just so beautiful. Puzzle wise, this game is a straight puzzle fest. There's no linear flow. No. It is you walk in the room, you open up the pantry and turn on the stove, and then after that, 26 puzzles. Go. And at 75 minutes in a room, you're talking a puzzle every 3 minutes. And so we only had 3 players. We ended up finishing 17 of the 26 total puzzles. I would say probably maybe bring 4 or 5 people. 4 or 5 enthusiasts, because there's a lot to do, and some of them are 2-player puzzles, so you have to you've got to be communicating with each other, and the way the puzzles work, without spoiling too much, is you solve a puzzle. It gives you 3 ingredients, and then you get those ingredients, and the ingredients have a number on it, or for example, if it's meat, you put it in the oven, and now the black light shows a real number on it, stuff like that, and then you run over the little terminal and you plug in 658 321 984 whatever, just enter, and then it sends, okay, you've built this recipe, this puzzle's done, and rinse and repeat 26 times. So that doesn't sound as fun, to be honest, and it was kind of a red flag when we were looking at it. It's ooh, it's not escape room, it's just puzzles. But oh my god, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. We finished and immediately we want to go back with more people as soon as we get back to the Bay Area, because there's so many puzzles that you could play the game 4 times with 4 different groups of people and probably do 3 or 4 different puzzles every single time. Like, it was so well done, and the puzzles were unique, and some of them were like a clever twist on stuff you've seen before. There were entire like puzzle chains we didn't see. Like, there's like 4 recipes in the sushi chain, and we didn't get the sushi cabinet open. So we didn't even do those. Like, it so well done with the puzzles. It was all very high tech. There's very like few actual locks and stuff. Super innovative. Just this is a puzzle room. This is not an escape room. This is a puzzle room, and it is fantastic at being a puzzle room. The hand system and the time clock is you would have the connoisseur will be here in 20 minutes, whatever loudspeaker or whatever. But the hint system was a phone. You had a little phone in the corner, which was used for 1 or 2 puzzles, but also on the bottom it says like contact Ramsey's assistant or whatever, and you call that up and your game master like gives you a hint on a puzzle or 2 over the phone, which is super cool because it means the hint system is on theme with the set, on theme with the puzzles, and just on theme with the room, because it's like, yeah, of course you're going to call up management if you don't know what you're doing, right? Even the outside of the room like was super on theme. Like you stood outside the restaurant and like entered in. It was phenomenal. And the hand system, like using a phone is nothing new, but it made sense and it worked really well. So I no like negative marks at all for that. Group size, we played with 3. As I said, I kind of recommend like 5 just because there's so many puzzles, and a good number of them are multiplayer puzzles, or at least puzzles where you're running back and forth like, hey, somebody do this, or if someone's free to like go to the terminal and be like, all right, give me the numbers, I'll plug it in, and also just means less running. This game's handicap accessible, but if you want to try and do all the recipes, you are sprinting around this kitchen. I left like sweating after like running from the pantry to the market to the oven to back to the iPad 17 times to grab the ingredients. It was so much fun, and I think the more people you have, the better. Maybe not 6, because 6 that's a lot. But I think a good 4 or 5 like enthusiasts would absolutely like love this room. My final thoughts. If you couldn't tell, I really like this game. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and if you ask my dad, like same way. He went in and was like, oof, it's it's an IP and it's a straight puzzle fest. Like, I'm probably not gonna like this. We all loved it. It sits at my 5th place overall out of 139 escape rooms. It is a must-play room. Like, if you are in the Bay Area, go play Undercooked, because it is some of the most fun you will have in an escape room, period. So, have you guys played Undercooked? Have you played any other games at Omescape or any of their sister locations? Let me know down in the comments below, and if there's anything I missed about Undercooked, for example, let me know down there too. And for Escape Room Reviews, I'm Zach. Get out there and play some games.